of them. And then I think, and most of these were before he got re-elected. And if he was in charge of a used car salesman thing, if he was in charge of a used car, you know, come and buy this car, you'd say, no, you're not for that job. You'd say, well, no. And somehow President, yes. Because I've met Tony a few times, and he's obviously sharp, and everyone knows he's sharp, even though he's sort of, I don't know what deal he did with George Bush, but he said, George, if you do that, I'll do that. You know, and on the Afghanistan, everything was got to Afghanistan, but on Iraq, I assumed he didn't want to flip-flop. His flip-flopping became a nightmare. It would be a flip-flop. His flip-flops are great in but, you know, it's just whatever you do, I will do exactly what you're doing, you know, and then we said, oh, you got no free will. Don't lock yourself into someone who seems silly on telly. That's it. So George Bush or any of the Muppets. It's a bit like he said, Fozzie Bear on the Muppets. Whatever you do, Fozzie, I'm with you. And it's Fozzie Bear from the Muppets. I don't know if you know, the Muppets have been away for a bit, but anyway, Fozzie Bear. He's kind of bumbling, but him and George Bush in a presidential debate, you know. God, it's just so weird. The truth is stranger than friction, isn't it? Quite a nice one. That's what he could say, and then with a wink of his eye. Truth is stranger than friction. But he wouldn't even say, truth is stranger than friction. He has got an extra look and a wink. Don't wink if you're president. Don't wink. That means I've got something in my back pocket. That means I've got, you know, potato. Oh my God. But still, he's going to go away in Iraq looking great now and go away. Well, the interesting thing is the reason that Iraq is going to be tricky to come out of it with any roses going on is because of Vietnam, you know, because they live there, and the Vietnamese live in Vietnam, and all they do is just keep going, even if there's, you know, if the radicals are, say, 5% of the country, just about 5%, just keep going, and, you know, and you can learn, that should be learned from Vietnam, and Vietnam was won because the Revolutionary War was won. The Americans are actors, they live here, and he go kept sending people over, and then he said, fuck it, right, just fuck it. I'm nuts anyway, all going to go so in 10 years, and they live there, for fuck's sake, just let them get on with it. It's the living there thing, that's one of the key things. Really first bad thing to do to take along. But you must watch, and I'm sure you do, you read buckets and buckets about Northern Ireland. This audience, I assume, you probably, you know, you listen to NPR, you've watched something, yeah? More in the middle of the country, people with no water. There's just no water in the country. That's it. There's a lot of water. Yeah, all the people who are sort of more liberal and progressive thinking, and I just think that the more interesting ideas and the more equality ideas have come out of the liberal progressive thinking. If you just look back through history, it's got to be the way. And, but most liberal progressive thinking type of people, or the standard liberal progressive type of people, tend to live by water. Go to one coast, the other coast is the Great Lakes. Interesting. And then all the middle countries say, we don't need water. We don't need water. Let's lynch someone. What do you mean? You're going to lose your mind now. There's two Americans. Someone explain this to me. There are two Americans, right? You must know this, but maybe you don't. So I was discussing the constitutional things yesterday, and people didn't know what. But what was I going to say?
Two Americans.
which I'm totally with, the people who left Europe and said, fuck your monarchy system, fuck your aristocracy system, your control of power that does not change, that caste system that India's going to have or already has. No, we're going to go to the new country where no one lives there. But apparently someone's dealing with that, like it's going to and, you know, and they came over and they worked and they built things and chickens and well, what small wars. So those kind of people, let's do it, make it. And I associate that, I think in that way. Even though I'm from the other one.